Hello guys and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to introduce you to Trent and Allie. Trent and Allie is a channel owned by Allie Miraglia and Trent Childs. It's said that people are also to climb the corporate ladder. Life is not always fulfilling, and that success will not amount to the satisfaction you will require from life. I mean, imagine being on your deathbed looking back at life. Will you be happy all you ever did was climb the corporate ladder? But most people do this, and there seems to be no other way to live life. Trent used to work as an outdoor sales representative, and Allie worked as a project manager for a healthcare quality improvement organization. Life was pretty mediocre, and they had a strict routine every day of going to work doing 9 to 5s. Well, Trent barely had time for himself, and his life is all about sales, statistics, and well, sales. And that's when he downloaded a dating app and started swiping left and right. That is when Allie and Trent came across each other. Two different people living in two different places. Allie lived in Washington, D.C., while Trent was from Salt Lake, Utah. There was no way they could ever meet if it wasn't for a dating app. They swiped their way to each other, and soon they would start connecting. They met in the December of 2016 on an app called Bumble. Well, they'd be skeptical at first, but later they realized that they shared a similar love and passion for travel and adventure. After their first meeting, it was hard to be separated, tirelessly waiting for the weekend so that they could get back together and spend time doing what they love. Their weekends were filled with outdoor sports and activities like rock climbing, mountain biking, trail running, snowboarding, or just simply exploring nature. And that was their stepping stone as they bonded over their love for travel and adventure. I mean, Trent had it all planned. Pitching a tent is a conventional way if you're gonna camp, but it's sometimes unsafe as we don't know what might be outside while we're wrapped up in a sleeping bag inside a waterproof dome. Trent bought a van to save himself from the hassle of carrying a tent, and they could sleep in the van at night. So, now he has a van and someone to accompany him on the wildest thought, which it might be at the time, so the next thing they would do in 2017, they set out on a journey, a road trip that would go for 8 weeks. The 8 weeks long trip would go from the Pacific Northwest and Canada, and the 8-week-long trip would make them fall in love with the idea of living in a van permanently. The freedom that came with a life not bound by material possessions. The philosophy resonates with me in a way that has been a great experience. The channel is a great example of how a minimal life where you could only have what you need can lighten loads of stress and minimize distractions. This could be the best way to stay focused on what's important. So after an 8-week-long trip, they've got to go back to work, but the idea of going back to their home and settling back into their normal lives, back to their corporate routine, seemed more and more unsatisfying and unfulfilling. The idea of living a minimal life is a peaceful one. They took it up a notch by doing what they wanted. Travel, exploration, adventure, and growth. The best part is that it's affordable and sustainable in a van. So they sold their van and upgraded it to a Ram ProMaster van in autumn 2017. They worked their way to save up investment in their new life, so they spent another $50,000 converting the van into a tiny movable home. The van had everything from an oven to a washroom. Well, it's still minimal. A year later in 2018, Trent and Allie decided to finally give up their day jobs. Then they went on to travel North and South America with their dog Frank. After this major change, their life has been very interesting, and they have to survive in the most minimal way they can. So then to fund this lifestyle, they joined YouTube. It would be a long shot as it would be very uncertain, but we're glad it worked for them. They joined YouTube on the 6th of June 2017, made their first upload about 4 years ago, and since then they've managed to gain more than 97 million views. The channel brags for 445,000 subscribers, and they uploaded 539 videos to date. They can get an average of 60,000 views per day, which on an estimate she makes somewhere from $150 to $250 on a good day, which could go up to about $7,000 a month. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.